Storytime at the Lexington County Public Library. My name is Ms. Kacee and I work at the South Congaree Pine Ridge Branch Library. I am very excited that you are joining me today in Storytime. Let's go ahead and start off with our hello song that features American Sign Language. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Today's story time is about what is right behind me. What do you notice about the pictures? See, we have some fruit over here. I see some vegetables and some more fruit. So today, our story time is about healthy eating. Eating healthy is extremely important because the kind of foods that you put in your body, it determines how your body's going to feel and react to those foods. So if you put, let's say, some chips in your body and a bunch of soda in your body, since it has a lot of sugar, it's not going to make your body feel very good. But if you put vegetables and fruit and some protein like chicken and drink lots of water, well, then that is going to make your body feel very good, and it's going to give you a lot of energy too. So it's extremely important that we try to eat healthy. I have a book that I would like to share with you today. This book is called Gregory the Terrible Eater, and it was written by Mitchell Sharmat. With permission from Simon & Schuster, I am able to share this story with you today. Look at all of those healthy foods. We have some orange juice, salad, lemons, soup, string beans. Those all look yummy. Once, there was a goat named Gregory. Gregory liked to jump from rock to rock, kick his legs into the air, and butt his head against walls. "I'm an average goat," said Gregory. But Gregory was not an average goat. Gregory was a terrible eater. Every time he sat down to eat with his mother and father, he knew he was in for trouble. I wonder what kind of terrible foods he was eating in order to get him in trouble. "Would you like a tin can, Gregory?" asked Mother Goat. "No thanks," said Gregory. "How about a nice box, a piece of rug, and a bottle cap?" asked Father Goat. "Ah," said Gregory unhappily. "Well, I think this is a meal fit for a goat," said Mother Goat as she chewed on an old shoe. "It certainly is," said Father Goat as he ate a shirt, buttons and all. "I don't know why you're such a fussy eater, Gregory." Those are some terrible foods that they are eating. It's not even food. "I'm not fussy," said Gregory. "I just want fruits, vegetables, eggs, fish, bread, and butter. Good stuff like that." That is good stuff. Mother Goat stopped eating the shoe. "Now, what kind of food is that, Gregory?" she said. "It's what I like," said Gregory. "It's revolting," said Father Goat. He wiped his mouth with his napkin. After Gregory was excused from the table, Father Goat said, "Gregory is such a terrible eater. I wonder what's wrong with him," said Mother Goat. Mother and Father Goat ate their evening newspaper in silence. Wow, so it looks like they think he is a terrible eater because he's eating healthy foods, not the kind of foods that his mother and father goat are eating, which isn't actually food. The next morning, Mother and Father Goat were enjoying a pair of pants and a coat for breakfast. Gregory came to the table. "Good morning, Gregory," said Father and Mother Goat. "Good morning," said Gregory. "May I have some orange juice, cereal, and bananas for breakfast, please?" "Oh, no," Mother Goat said. "Do have some of this nice coat." "Take a bite out of these pants," said Father Goat. "Bah," said Gregory, and he left the table. Father Goat threw down his napkin. "That does it," he said. "Gregory just isn't eating right. We must take him to the doctor." Father and Mother Goat took Gregory to the doctor. Dr. Ram was munching on a few pieces of cardboard. "What seems to be the trouble?" he asked. "Gregory is a terrible eater," said Mother Goat. "We've offered him the best shoes, boxes, magazines, tin cans, coats, pants, but all he wants are fruits, vegetables, eggs, fish, orange juice, and horrible things." "What do you have to say about all of this, Gregory?" asked Dr. Ram. "I want what I like," said Gregory. "Makes sense," said Dr. Ram. He turned to Mother and Father Goat. "I've treated picky eaters before," he said. "They have to develop a taste for good food slowly. Try giving Gregory one new food each day until he eats everything." That night for dinner, Mother Goat gave Gregory spaghetti and a shoelace and tomato sauce. "Not too bad," said Gregory. The next day she gave him string beans and a rubber heel cut into small pieces. "The meal was good and rubbery," said Gregory. The day after that, Mother Goat said, "We have your favorite today, vegetable soup. But there is one condition. You also have to eat the can." "Okay," said Gregory. "What's for dessert?" "Ice cream," said Father Goat. "But you have to eat the box, too." "Yummy," said Gregory. "I'm proud of you," said Father Goat. "You're beginning to eat like a goat." "I'm learning to like everything," said Gregory. "He looks very happy, doesn't he?" One evening, Father Goat asked, "Has anyone seen my striped necktie?" "Not since breakfast," said Mother Goat. "Come to think of it, I haven't seen my sewing basket today. I left it in the living room after supper last night." Father Goat turned to Gregory. "Gregory, have you been eating between meals?" "Yes," said Gregory. "I can't help it. Now I like everything." "Well," said Mother Goat, "it's all right to eat like a goat, but you shouldn't eat like a pig." "Oh," said Gregory. After Gregory went to bed, Mother Goat said, "I'm afraid Gregory will eat my clothes hamper." "Yes, and then my toolkit will be next," said Father Goat. "He's eating too much. We'll have to do something about it." "I wonder what they're going to do about it." Wow, look at all that stuff. The next evening, just before supper, Mother and Father Goat went to the town dump. They brought home 8 flat tires, a 3-foot piece of barber pole, a broken violin, and half a car. They piled everything in front of Gregory's sandbox. When Gregory came home for supper, he said, "What's all that stuff in the yard?" "Your supper," said Father Goat. "It all looks good," said Gregory. Gregory ate the tires and the violin. Then he slowly ate the barber pole. But when he started on the car, he said, "I've got a stomach ache. I have to lie down." Gregory went to his room. "I think Gregory ate too much junk," said Father Goat. "Let's hope so," said Mother Goat. All night, Gregory tossed and twisted and moaned and groaned. The next morning, he went down for breakfast. "What would you like for breakfast today, Gregory?" asked Father Goat. "Scrambled eggs and 2 pieces of wax paper and a glass of orange juice," said Gregory. "That sounds just about right," said Mother Goat. And it was. The end. I really like that book. Whenever Gregory was eating all those bad foods, his body didn't feel good. But whenever he started to eat healthy again, it was good for him. Whenever you eat good, it makes you feel good too. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to make awesome apple nachos, which I got from this cookbook. It's called Superfoods for Super Kids Cookbook, written by Noelle Martin. And what's so great about these apple nachos is the ingredients in them. So, for example, we have apples, and if you've ever heard of the term, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away," it's just that. There's so many benefits of eating apples. There is also yogurt that's going to be put in this, and that is good for your stomach because it has probiotics, and probiotics keeps things moving along in your stomach. There's also cinnamon in it, and that has a lot of antioxidants. It also has almonds, and almonds have vitamin E, magnesium, potassium, and it has a bunch of other benefits too. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it will look like whenever we get done with it. This is it. This recipe calls for 4 servings. So that means a serving per person. So if it's just you, then just make sure that you cut back on some of the ingredients. For example, there are 4 apples, so basically 1 apple per person. So you would just need 1 apple, and just make sure that you're aware that you will not need as many of the ingredients.
Ingredients: apple, honey, sliced almonds, cinnamon, and yogurt. Feel free to make substitutions. Tools: a bowl, 1 plate, measuring cups and spoons, cutting board, 1 knife, and 1 spoon. Let's begin. First, you'll need your honey, yogurt, your mixing bowl, and your measuring cups and spoons. Measure 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. Measure 1/4 cup of honey. Using your spoon, mix them together in your bowl. Next, you'll need your apples, your knife, and your cutting board. It's time to cut the apples. Adults should do this step. Arrange your apples on your plate. Drizzle the yogurt and honey mixture over your apples. Next, measure 1/2 cup of almonds. Sprinkle the almonds over your apples. Now measure 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. Sprinkle the cinnamon over your apples. Enjoy!
It is the end of story time, but I had so much fun with you, especially reading a book and making awesome apple nachos, and I really hope you try out the recipe because I ate them and they were really good and very healthy too. Let's go ahead and end our story time with our goodbye song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.